Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's going to be the first video that I'm going to try to do a 5 products or less. So thinking more about this when I was setting up to film, I don't know how I can do less than 5 products, and I don't even know if I can do 5 just because of the fact that I do brows, mascara, eyeliner, things like that. So I'm going to try to keep it definitely very few, and more or less the point of this is to show you the products that you can stretch and use for more than one purpose. So we'll kind of like trial it out and see how many products I can use, as few as possible, but just like keep in mind that obviously by counting a brow product and mascara, like that alone is already 2 there, and that has nothing on my face. This will be a little bit of a challenge. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. So if you want to see the look that I'm going to put together, then keep on watching. I'm actually excited. I'm going to be using this Marcelle Flawless Air Serum Foundation. This has an SPF of 15, and I believe it's new. I did see it in like the newer section at my Shoppers Drug Mart. So I did actually wear this on Friday, and I really liked it, so I want to try it out again. One thing I will say is the shade range I thought was a little bit weird, in the sense that I got mine in the shade Buff Beige. Most other like beigey titled foundations are very dark for me, and this is actually really light. So I originally picked up the Classic Ivory because that would be something I would normally wear, and it was very fair. So I am just going to show you. It's kind of a cool bottle, so it looks like this, and it's got one of these droppers. So I'm just going to use that and wipe that right on my face, and you'll see here that the color is quite light. So I used a sponge when I used this on Friday, so I'm just going to use a sponge again because I was really happy with the way that it looked. So we're just going to go ahead and blend this all out. So this doesn't have full coverage by any means. I'd say it's probably light coverage, but I think it is a good summer foundation, so it definitely evened out my skin tone and everything like that. But it is a little bit light, so it's hard to tell because of the top that I'm wearing, but my chest and my arms are actually quite a bit darker than that now. So I think what I'm going to do is just add 2 swipes of my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Cream Beige, which is actually a little bit dark, just to kind of even this out. Alright, so I think that that's a lot better. So that was product number 1. I'm going to count that as one product. I think that's fair. Foundation just being 1. I know I mixed 2, but 1 product. So next we will go on to concealer, which again kind of sucks to have to count as a product, but obviously that is fine. So I'm not going to use a whole lot today, just in my dark circles. And again, I'm going to blend that out with my sponge. Okay, so now we want to set all that, so I'm just going to use the same setting powder over my whole face, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus setting powder, my usual, and I'm just going to put a little bit. I don't really want to cake this on, I just want to sort of calm down some of the shine. Okay, so now that our base is done, we can kind of get into the fun part where we're kind of trying to stretch the products that we have to use them in multiple purposes. So what I'm going to go into next will be the bronzer. So I'm going to go in with my all-time fave, the Butter Bronzer. I've been using this a lot lately, but I can't really help it. I just really love this bronzer. So first thing I'm going to do is use it exactly as its purpose. I'm going to use it as a bronzer. I'm going to grab this like stippled brush here. And now to use this in another purpose, I'm actually going to pop this right in my crease as an eyeshadow. I actually do this quite often. I will use my bronzers as an eyeshadow just because of the tone. I really like a nice warm look, so that's exactly what we're going to do today. And by doing this using the bronzer that you have on your face, it very like subtly ties everything in very nicely. And your look always, I find, turns out looking really pretty. So I'm just kind of layering this up over and over until I get the depth that I would like. And I'm also going to drag this a little bit underneath my lower lash line. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So let's move on to blush. So I'm going to use my Wet n Wild. I've been using a lot of Wet n Wild today. This is their Color Icon Blush in Pearlescent Pink. So first off, I'm just going to apply this in the usual areas on my cheeks. So this blush is super pigmented, so be warned. And now what I'm going to do is actually take that same blush, and with the same brush that I just used, I'm going to pop that a little bit in the crease, but also all over my lid. Go. So that is our third product. We have, oh sorry, fourth. Foundation, concealer, does setting powder count? I'm not going to count it. Foundation, concealer, bronzer, blush. Now I'm going to go on to highlight. So I'm actually going to use the Super Shock Cheek in Stole the Show from Colourpop. I haven't been using this much, and I actually really like this in the summertime. So I'm actually going to apply it with my sponge here. And I'm basically just taking my sponge and wiping it like this. And then I'm going to dab it along the high points of my cheeks. I just find in the summer this is like such a pretty natural looking sheen. And I'm actually going to take my finger and put this a little bit in the inner corner and drag it up a little bit on my lid. Just like that. So I am now going to go off camera, do my brows and mascara, and then we'll come right back. Okay guys, so I did do my brows. I put on some eyeliner and mascara. I didn't know if I was going to put on eyeliner, but I felt like the look didn't really look complete. So this is pretty much it other than lips. So let's wrap that up. I actually don't know what I want to use today. Oh, I totally forgot that I have a new product here. Well, I don't know how new this actually is, but it's new to me. This is the Maybelline Vivid Hot Lacquer. I got mine in the shade Unreal. I think it's like their most nude shade. So I'm going to put on a bit of a lip liner. This is the Rimmel Exaggerate in Addiction. I'm just going to use it. Oh, shoot. Oh, this is the one that's empty and I need to get rid of. It's so nice. Maybe I'll just use a little bit. So just enough to add a little bit of color. I have no idea how pigmented this is. Oh my god. Holy, look at all the color. I didn't even need a lip liner. I didn't realize how much color payoff this would have. To me, this is like a liquid lipstick, but glossy. Oh, and it's not sticky. I thought this was like a lip gloss, but this to me is a liquid lipstick. I actually really like that. That's really pretty. I think the color looks nice with this look as well. I am really happy with that purchase. I'll have to get a few more colors. So that pretty much is the end of this. So let's just go over one more time. We did use a foundation, concealer, I'm not counting the setting powder, bronzer, blush, highlight, and then I'm not counting brows. I don't really want to count mascara, but I'll count eyeliner and lip gloss. Or lipstick. So I guess that's 7. But part of me doesn't want to count the lipstick or the eyeliner either. But I don't think that's bad. The whole point of this was I wanted to show you guys that you don't always need so much makeup. You could literally travel with your bronzer, blush, highlight. You don't even need the highlight, but these two things, and already you have face products and your eyeshadows done. It's that simple. So I think sometimes we get wrapped up in this world of wanting more, and it always being kind of shoved in our faces, and I think it can be a little bit overwhelming, and a lot of my subscribers anyway, based in the comments, you know, not everyone can always afford more. Even me, myself, watching a lot of, you know, larger channels nowadays in the PR unboxes. Sometimes, yeah, I am curious to see what they get, and other times it's like, man, now I want that, but that's expensive, and I can't afford that. So I just wanted to kind of do a quick little tutorial with you guys to show you guys that you don't need all of that. You just need a few simple things, and you're good to go. And I mean, you don't even need to wear foundation. There's no rules to makeup, and I think sometimes we get lost in that. So I just kind of wanted to do this video. So I'll probably do a few more similar ones. I actually do looks like this often. As far as like using my bronzer as my eyeshadow or my blush as my eyeshadow that day. I usually put my highlight all over my lids. I think you guys have seen me do that multiple times. So I will be doing this more in the future. I will try to see what other products I can stretch to use in different ways as well. So I hope you guys like this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up so I know and so that I will try to continue and come up with some more ideas. Thank you guys as always for watching, and I'll see everyone in my next video.